out my friends at a regional, especially, you know, one in New York when we've never had one.
Yeah, it's like the fact that we have one in the city of this caliber is very much new. Like, we've held a few big events here at AON. The city has a good amount of monthlies, but nothing of what the size is for Smash Sounds. And I've always felt that, like, we can do it. Like, we have the talent. We have the production possibilities. People can get around. And, like, everyone wants it. Everyone in this scene is fiending for this kind of stuff.
Makes you wonder why it hasn't happened until now. It really does.
Yeah, but here's to hoping that we can get more events like Smash Sounds after it, and hoping Smash Sounds is the start to something good.
Can we talk about how there's a beatboxing competition in Smash Sounds?
Oh, it's gonna be lit.
I feel like that's something that nobody's actually talking about, because like you don't know what Smash Sounds is actually, what it actually is. It's a 2GG sponsored event, but there's also a beatboxing competition. And I don't know why you would ever think, hey, there's this event, should I consider going out to it? And then you realize there's a beatboxing competition and you could possibly say no. Like,
I've been told that for the talent that's coming to this event and who's hosting it, it's like a really big deal. Like, the guy who's hosting it, I've been told, is like, the way that the analogy has been brought to me, he's like the Armada of beatboxing.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a world-class beatboxer.
I'm very excited.
His handle is Napalm, and then there's a few beatboxers from like Australia, South Korea, the UK. Like, people are coming from all around to come to this.
I have to wonder why they wanted to put these two events together, but I'm very happy they are doing it.
I can actually tell you the origin later on, but for now we can get into this set. This I've been waiting to see since doubles began tonight. So Waidu and SoulArts, I feel like, have the best chance to disrupt Vinnie and Mr. E's style of play and really provide to them some solid competition in doubles.
What I want to see is SoulArts sort of tighten up from what we've seen in their first set on stream, because he wasn't making too much of his like trademark use of the Minatos. Again, going to speed, like he's professed that he really doesn't prefer this one, at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, it's one that he uses the least, and I feel like it's just because he's not able to use as much. But as of late, he's been using it a bit more, and I feel like that's because speed art as a whole gives you a good opportunity to cover the base platform. But right now, they need to figure out a way to cover what's going up with these stocks, because it's been very bloody for Blue Team very quickly.
What we see with the speed Minato is him trying to get pivot grabs, and we saw him get one on Mr. E, but you know, it doesn't really lead to anywhere at this percent, I don't think, especially with Waidu predisposed with Vinnie.
I didn't hear any sound effect for that interaction on the left side of the stage. Not quite sure what happened to Mr. E, but nonetheless, Vinnie been holding it down this entire match without really a problem. Like, he's sitting with limit. He's at 98%, but given the stock count across both sides, I don't think he needs to worry about anything.
He's just standing his ground in the middle of the stage. It's his, you know, well, he's trying to get Vinnie out of the corner, like here and there, but for the most part, he's commanding the stage.
And I like how Vinnie has been very deliberately trying to cover the ledge, center stage, and not be anywhere else. That's a really unfortunate double kill there, placing Waidu right in the middle of it, forcing the stock share. And it's going to be very difficult for SoulArts to be more proactive in this set now.
It's also SoulArts can do is just hold on to his stock, and Minato goes down, and so does his stock.
Alright, this is a grim scene, I'm not going to front. The stock count sitting 4-1. Lucina and Cloud seen as some of the best characters for being able to counter Cloud. Like, as it were, Cloud does a fantastic job of being able to fight himself, and then Lucina seen as one of the best threats against Cloud because of how easy Lucina can force the battle off stage. Just like that, the pressure's too much to surmount, and Vinnie and Mr. E take game one.
What I do like about Waidu is that right before the final moments of that last stock, he had to recover off the right side. And instead of going straight for the climb hazard to get back on, he actually burned his limit to do the blade beam to cover Mr. E trying to edge guard him. And he knew that he'd be able to do it and still be able to afford to get back on. And he's so mindful in that regard.
Let's see if Game 2 provides them with any better luck, because I feel like right out the gate, Vinnie and Mystery started to assert their dominance. So pretty much the same as we saw in Game 1. It's Mystery just hard guarding those ledges. Like, he does not want to move off. Center stage firmly belonging to Vinnie. And the difficulty that comes from blue team trying to get through this wall without taking too much damage. But a missed tech from SoulArts really starting to just spell doom in this set. I know it's early on into Game 2, but like, there's been very little effort shown into what blue team can really do right now. I feel like both players on blue team need to change up how they approach onto red team, because they're doing so very haphazardly. Like, they're throwing themselves in there trying to match hitboxes without like any reason. They're giving themselves way too many openings for being reversed on.
Shulk in particular is very much a character that I think gets most of his capitalization off of punishes. You can't just sort of like play neutral with Shulk and expect it to get anywhere. You have to really pay like close attention to what your opponents are doing and, you know, counter it. You don't just throw out hitboxes with Shulk. And without seeing that sort of mindful play from SoulArts, you know, it is looking kind of good for blue team. But the stocks are not, you know, well, it's 3-6 now, but.
Switching to the smash art, SoulArts recognizes these stocks gotta go.
Yeah.
This is.
Trying to go for.
He's looking for something.
Going for an up air, I believe, was the move.
But up tilt is gonna do it. Well, that's the start of something, but blue team's gotta make something come out of that. Start to try and peter off the dominance that red team has established. Try and take stage control. They can manage to take the stock off of Mr. E now. It's going to go a long ways, I feel, to the potential of him taking a setback.
I worry about them not being able to take the stock off of Mr. E, and eventually they're going to get to a point where Rage is going to be a really big factor in taking stocks. And there it goes.
So right in the nick of time, they managed to get rid of E's stock. However, it's still a 4-2 count. And while the percentages are both fairly even on blue team, they still have the opportunity to, you know, defend each other, sort of hang it in there, keep the 2v2 for a good amount of time. The pressure's on. And now they're starting to build themselves back up, putting Vinnie on his last stock. But Mystery sits pretty with a reserve stock if it's necessary.
What I love about Mystery and Vinnie is that they're so good at opting to not do their own follow-ups so that each other can follow up. We saw, I believe it was Mystery jabbing to Vinnie up airing when Mystery could have gotten the up air. And it just, like, these are options that you don't expect from top-level players all the time that cause you to slip up.
Like, they're just so well aware of what each other can do and, like, the necessity to have one team do it. That could be big. Unfortunately, with no limit on the side for Waidu, it's going to leave SoulArts in the 2v1 situation. And with his shield having just ran out, he needs the opportunity to switch into jump. He's going to get it, but too little, too late. Vinnie and Mr. E take it 2-0. And I feel like Game 2, there were sparks of it. There was signs that SoulArts and Waidu could have turned that around.
I saw them, I believe, get a little aware of the need to be patient.